What's up? What it do? Happy Friday. Welcome to Clarence Sports Talkative Jones. What it do? Happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your support all day, every day. All right. You know the routine. Twitter @_ Clarence Jones. Instagram _ Clarence Jones. Website cjsportsmedia.com. YouTube channel Clarence Jones Sports Media. Okay, February 24th, feeling good on this Friday, Black History Month, loving it every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting back, chilling. You know, All-Star break ended last week. You know, the game was could have been competitive, but you know, like I said, I appreciate the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You know, little mini competitive, not something, but that was the closest the game got from being competitive. So, dunk contest definitely was fantastic. It was great. You know, Mac McClung? Unbelievable. Amazing. 3-point shootout, Dame Dollar, Buddy Hield. So, you know, at the All-Star break, you know, a lot of platforms is taking off and not really doing shows. And I was like, nah, I can't do that because I'm only giving you a podcast once a week. I'm only talking to you once a week. So I don't want to leave you hanging for a whole week plus Friday. Okay. So I'm sitting back. I'm like, you know what? Let me dive into some NFL. Let me, see what's going on, put my thinking cap on. And something hit me. Something hit me. And what hit me was the Deshaun Watson contract. Okay. The Deshaun Watson contract hit me, and it hit me hard because I'm realizing how much stir it has caused, and I'm realizing how much stir that is still causing. Then I go back and think, man, what if the Browns didn't, or what if, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking Deshaun Watson, Browns, NFL. And like I said, this has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson's case. I'm not, touching that. I'm just talking about the contract that he was fully guaranteed by the Cleveland Browns, 5 years, $230 million. Okay. So let's talk about it. Okay. 5 years, $230 million. Call me a hater if you want, but that's not where I'm going with this. But I'm going to say this here, and I mean this, and I wish this would have happened. The NFL should have vetoed Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns contract. That 5 years and $230 million should have been vetoed. Fully guaranteed, should have been vetoed. And it's, like I said, the largest fully guaranteed contract in NFL history. It should have been vetoed. Why? Because of Deshaun Watson's situation. The man hasn't, at the time before he got the contract, he ain't played in what? Was it 2 years? 2-3 years? And with this case stuff going on with the sexual assault case by numerous women, and to come back in the league and already just be the face of the league, not for, winning anything. It's for being granted the highest contract in NFL history, the largest contract for an athlete that's coming off a sexual assault case. Whether he's guilty or innocent, we don't know. That's not our place to judge. That's, whoever's, I'm assuming that's already been figured out. I'm not sure if it's still pending. I don't know. I'm not touching that. But I'm saying for an athlete to come off being accused of sexual assault by numerous women, having played in about, 2-3 seasons, and to come back in the league and already set the league on fire with fully guaranteed money, I just don't think it's right. Something doesn't add up with that. When you coming off, not playing in 2-3 seasons, being accused, of sexual assault, and to be the highest paid player in the NFL, largest contract, like I said, it just doesn't add up to me. And I'm like, damn, and that's my problem. That's my concern. It's just a bad look for the league. It's a bad look for the Browns. It's a bad look for Deshaun Watson. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't know how the deal happened. I never thought a deal like that can happen. I get it. The Browns, they want, Super Bowl. They want, appearances in the playoffs, and Deshaun Watson, great athlete, but he hasn't, like I said, at the time before he signed the contract, he ain't played in about 2 or 3 seasons, or maybe 1 or 2 seasons that he had played. It's been since 1 or 2 seasons since he have played. And to be, like I said, involved in this sexual assault case, and to just come back in the league and be paid the highest, like I said, it's just a bad look, man. Cleveland Brown organization, I'm sure all Browns fans wasn't on board with this. Maybe some was, but I'm pretty sure there's some Brown fans that wasn't on board with this. Like, this doesn't look good, especially women fans. Women that's fans of the Browns, I'm sure they wasn't on board with this. Probably some men wasn't on board with this. Some kids probably didn't understand. Hey, mom, dad, what's going on? How does this happen when he's, you know what I'm saying? This was a big mess. And I'm like, for all that to be happening, right? And then on top of that, to become the highest paid player in the NFL, what are you saying? Are you taking women seriously? Are you taking cases like sexual assault seriously? These are type of things that wander through people's head, including mine. And it's okay to be honest with yourself and say, man, you know what? I kind of thought about that too. It's okay. Like I said, because I'm not on here saying Deshaun Watson is guilty or innocent. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the look of the league. I just wish they could have vetoed this trade or contract just to protect the league's image. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson don't deserve 5 years, $230 million. That's not what I'm saying. I'm more talking about the protection of the league, the image. Am I mad at Deshaun Watson on the Browns for doing this deal? No. Am I mad at the NFL for not vetoing this trade contract? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about it because it hit my mind. All-Star break, I'm thinking, I got to address this. This is on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I think a deal like this, and this is no disrespect to the hip-hop industry or the music industry in general, but I think a deal like this would have fit well in the music industry, in hip-hop. It kind of reminded me of, remember when Tupac, God rest his soul, went to jail or prison for was it 2 years, 3 years? I don't even know if he did the whole 3 years. Can't even remember. But Suge Knight paid his bond. His bond was like $1.4 million, $3 million or something like that. Suge Knight paid his bond and he signed a Death Row, and the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? But Pop been making history before he signed with Death Row, but you get what I'm saying. He signed that big deal. It was a 3-album deal, $3.5 million deal. And he, made 3 albums and they were all fire. But Pac was coming out of jail being accused of rape. Like I said, I'm not comparing Pac and Deshaun Watson. No, I'm just saying something like this would have, I guess, I don't want to say understood, but this would have fit more well. Like, okay, it's normal for, rappers to get in trouble. And then when they get out of trouble, or they out on bond, this label signed them. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff remind me, like I said, the Tupac and Suge Knight and Death Row situation. We've seen the movie, we've read books, we've seen the documentaries, how that went down with Suge Knight visiting Pac and then, getting Pac out of jail, paying his bond. Like I said, $3 million bond, $1.4 million, however much it was, signing the Death Row. Death Row blew up. Death Row was, a big record label. But when it comes to sports, man, I'm just like, damn. And like I say, I just wish they would have vetoed it just for the image of the league. I mean, how do that look? We got an athlete, a great athlete at that haven't played in a year or two, accused of sexual assault by numerous women, got back in the league. A lot of teams going after him. My Falcons going after him. Your Saints, your Panthers, your Browns. Everybody was going after Deshaun Watson. The Browns land him, paid for him, bought him, however you want to say it. But it just like teams are still chasing the man after the man been accused of sexual assault, after the man having played in a year or two. And now, like I said, he had the largest contract in NFL history. Haven't even made it to a AFC Conference Championship game. Have you made it to the Super Bowl? So there's so much pointers that I'm pointing. Now, it's not just, because he's accused of sexual assault. No, like I said, it's not my place to judge whether he's innocent or guilty. I'm just throwing out all these factors like, damn, how could all this be happening to an athlete? Okay, and the athletes still have teams knocking on him or her door. Boom, 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 boom. We want you, we want you, we want you. How come an athlete still can become the largest, paid player in the league after him or her then been accused and haven't played in a while? It's just crazy how it works. Haven't been to a championship game, haven't been to a conference championship game or semi. It's crazy, is all I'm saying. And I think if the NFL would have vetoed this would have really, protected the image. Like I said, because who knows how female and male fans are thinking, how teenagers and young kids are thinking, the questions that's going through their mind about the NFL and about the Browns, about Deshaun Watson. It's something to think about, And in sports, like I say, no athlete that's been accused of sexual assault, in my opinion, should turn into the highest paid athlete. Not off the rip. Literally, less than a year or after a year. I just don't think that should be possible. But like I said, who am I? I'm not a commissioner. I'm not a part of the NFL. I'm just saying. It's crazy. It's definitely something to think about, Now, overall, to me, it's just not a good look. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Got nothing against Deshaun Watson, nothing against the Browns, nothing against the NFL. I just think it's just not a good look, And let's think about how much travel this contract and how much worries and concerns and how much thought this contract has brought to our minds and just the whole league itself. This contract has caused a distraction because, believe it or not, whether that player is a quarterback, running back, linebacker, wide receiver, tight end, every player, every position will pretty much eventually be wanting a similar contract, if not the contract, compared to what Deshaun Watson got. It don't have to be a quarterback. Every player going to want similar or either something guaranteed like, man, look, I got to get this money. I got to get this fully guaranteed. I ain't saying they got to be 5 years, 230, mil. It could just be held 3 years, 180 mil. They want that fully guaranteed. So that's what I'm saying. This contract has kind of caused some distraction to the league that they could have vetoed and hadn't to worry about it. Of course, every player not going to get 5 years, $230 million. Running backs, receivers, tight ends, they ain't going to get that type of money. But when they come to that quarterback market, that's where you can have a problem at. Quarterbacks will be knocking like, hey, see what Deshaun Watson got? I think I deserve that. Look what I did last year. AFC Championship, NFC Championship, almost got to the Super Bowl. We did got to the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we made the playoffs. Had a good year. I was in the MVP race, blah, blah, blah. I got this award. That contract has caused a lot of stir. Believe it or not. Speaking of quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson. Baltimore Ravens. We see where that going. This contract got the Ravens looking like they don't care about Lamar Jackson. He's unappreciative. He ain't worth the money. The Ravens look at the Browns like, damn you. Look what you done did. You didn't got our quarterback out here not wanting to be with us no more, asking for, more dollars. You didn't cause a stir in our home. I'm pretty sure that's how the Ravens look at the Browns right now. Baltimore Ravens don't have no respect for Cleveland Browns right now because of that contract. That's why they in this mess with Lamar. That's why they don't know what Lamar going to do. Do you franchise tag him? Do you trade him? You know what I'm saying? And it's all built around this contract. If Deshaun Watson don't get that contract, who knows where Lamar Jackson stand at today? He probably already signed. He's probably getting ready for, this upcoming season. But with that contract, every quarterback seen it. Every player in the NFL seen it. Every executive, general manager, team owner, president, 5 years, $230 million. All eyes is on Deshaun Watson and that contract. Like I say, it's rumors, man, that Lamar is asking for more money than what Deshaun Watson got. Let that sink in. Damn. Are you kidding me? Lamar Jackson is a rumor circulating that he could be possibly asking for what more than Deshaun Watson got? That 5 years, $230 million? Woo. Man, you can't blame GMs and coaches and owners and presidents, being mad at the Browns right now. You can't be mad. They open up a can of worms that everybody is trying to really dig in that can and like, hey, I deserve a fully contract too. I did this. You know what I'm saying? An athlete who hasn't played in a while, like I said, accused of sexual assault, again, shouldn't be qualified to become the highest paid athlete. It should be some steps like, okay, he or her got to work themselves up a little bit. We just can't make them the highest paid after not playing in a season or two, being accused of sexual assault. That's all I'm saying. Can they climb some steps to get back on top first before we make them the highest paid, the biggest contract? Come on. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating on Deshaun Watson. Not hating on the Browns. Not hating on the NFL. All right? And I just think that 11-game suspension just wasn't enough. It didn't fix the whole situation because people are still chatting about that contract. The NFL may have thought, okay, 11 games should fix this. People should, understand and people be able to accept this 11-game suspension and, everybody could be able to go on about their business. That's not the case. Fans are all across the world, from kids to teenagers to females to males. Some people have doubt like, hey, this is not right. And some it's like, hey, let it go. He did his time. He's innocent. Some saying he's guilty. Like I said, I'm not getting into that innocent guilty part. I'm just saying how it looks and what could be going through people's minds as NFL fans, as fans of the Browns or whoever, fans of the Texans or just whoever you're a fan of, or you just love watching the game. You may have some concerns about how it all play out. How's he the largest paid contract? How did he got that? You know what I'm saying? He haven't played in a year or two. How's that possible? Don't know. That's why I say I just wish the NFL would have vetoed it. The contract, like I said, it put pressure, unwanted pressure on general managers, team owners, and coaches to make and keep their players happy. Let that sink in. That's what this contract has done. Okay, Deshaun Watson's contract has put general managers, team owners, and coaches in a position where I got to make and keep my players happy. I may have to throw in some more fully guaranteed that I wasn't really to throw in because of the Deshaun Watson contract. Like I said, everybody not going to come in and be asking for 5 years, $230 million, or either 6 years or more, $230 million, or $240 or $245 million. Everybody not going to be asking for that. But I can guarantee you, when they in that contract discussion with their team and their agent, they're going to want fully guarantee. Okay, if you thought your fully guarantee was enough, you may want to boost that up a little bit more because every linebacker, every running back, receiver, tight end, offensive lineman, D lineman, D back, going to be wanting fully guarantee. How much? It all depends on what they want. But they're going to be wanting a lot of fully guarantee, And that's all based off this Deshaun Watson contract. It's crazy, because I thought about it. After NBA All-Star break, I like veto. I'm thinking NBA veto. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember trade being vetoed. You know where I'm going here. God rest his soul. Former NBA Commissioner David Stern. Remember when David Stern vetoed Chris Paul's trade to the Lakers? And we were all like, what? Huh? Why, man? CP3 and God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, that would have been a great team. And I'm pretty sure, I can bet you, Chris Paul would have had at least one championship by now if he had played with Kobe Bryant and if David Stern had allowed that trade to go through. Now, I don't know. I don't want to get into the why he did it. I've read several articles, some saying that, it was a bad communication thing. Someone saying that, Stern pretty much wanted to protect the New Orleans Hornets franchise. He wanted them to be good, not be, bad or just not winning, basically not being a sorry team. And I even read something where they said he wanted, basically to have the league balanced and fair, and not have CP3 and Kobe team. I don't know. All I know is David Stern vetoed that deal, that trade. And I'm like, okay, man, what if the NFL would have done this to the Browns and Deshaun Watson? And before you get there, if you wonder, I'm wondering also. I was like, hold on. Can the NFL even veto trades? That's something I didn't know. Don't know. I didn't know. I mean, I guess I didn't know. So I'm searching. I'm looking for articles. I'm looking for sources. And I came across one, and there's probably more on the internet that you can probably find. But I came across one from sportskeeda.com. The person that wrote the article is Nick. I think I don't know how to say his last name. So I'm going to just spell it. Nick. His last name is spelled Igbuke. Again, it's Nick, and his last name is spelled Igbuke, and it's from sportskeeda.com. The headlines, the title of the article is What is the NFL Trade Deadline? How it works, rules, and eligibility explained. So when I found that, I'm searching, and I came across the NFL do have the right to veto trades. Now, I'm not sure what person in particular, whether it's Roger Goodell or somebody else, but they do have the right to veto it. So I'm like, okay, well, they could have. And like I said, this article came out last year. So it's a fresh article. And I'm assuming that Sportskeeda is, a true source. And that's the way I'm looking at it. And that's why I'm telling you about it. So I'm like, okay, they had the right to veto it and they didn't do it. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow. But who knows? Like I said, I'm not saying Watson don't deserve this money, don't deserve the contract. I'm just saying because he had went through a few steps first to get back up on top. So like Michael Vick. Remember Michael Vick got in trouble for fighting the dogs? He came back in the league. Nobody was really giving him a shot. Everybody was like, oh, the Andy Reid, Eagles. And that worked out fine. And they got Michael Vick some more time in the NFL. We started enjoying Michael Vick again. But me, I always enjoyed him. I'm rocking his jersey today, the number 7, Michael Vick right here. Okay? But I'm just saying, a lot of people in the NFL, when Vic came back, you know what I'm saying? It was like, they was calling him all type of names. Fans across the world felt certain type of way about Michael Vick, like dog fighter. I mean, it all happened. But Vic worked his way up. You know what I'm saying? Back from, he went from being on top to being on the bottom, from the, going to jail, then coming out of prison, getting back in the league, had to earn his rep, earn his weight. You know what I'm saying? And he did it like that. It wasn't no big contract with Michael Vick after he come out of prison. All right. So all I'm saying is I just wish it could have been a thing with NFL like, look, Watson, we get you. Browns, we get you. But we don't want to just come out and just make him the highest paid and everybody in the NFL going crazy about that contract, general managers, coaches, owners, players, the whole league, fans have their opinion on it. We don't want all that stuff. Let's sign him, but not for that much there. I mean, maybe we can rearrange the deal, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case, and I think that's why we got what we got, and this is why everybody's like that Deshaun Watson contract. Will Lamar be the only one? Could it be Joe Burrow? Could it be Josh Allen? Will it be Patrick Mahomes? Will it be Daniel Jones? I'm just saying the list goes on. Could it be Jalen Hurts? Yeah, man. This Deshaun Watson contract has started some stir, man. People is looking at themselves different now. How they handle business now. When they talk to a team or when a team talk to a player, everybody is being careful with their words, making sure, hey, am I getting the right amount of money I need? Hey, am I presenting the right contract? And it's all based on that Deshaun Watson's contract. Just think, if the NFL would have vetoed this contract, where will we stand at now? Baltimore Nation, Raven Nation, would you have your quarterback right now? Do you think quarterbacks and, all positions will be thinking about that? Will all positions be thinking, damn, you know what? Well, my contract is up. I'm about to get paid. I'm going in there letting them know I want this much fully guaranteed. It's going to make contract discussions difficult now. It's going to be hard to sign on the dotted line and shake hands now. Because everybody want to make sure they can get as much fully guaranteed as possible. Like I say, don't get it confused. Everybody not going to get that 5-year, $230 million. But some players, like a Mahomes, they can ask for it. He probably won't. Josh Allen, he can ask for it. He probably won't. Joe Burrow can ask for it. He probably won't. Because these guys here, they just doesn't seem like the type that would do that. And like I said, I'm not mad at Lamar for doing that because Lamar got MVP at the age of 22? Okay? I've been telling Falcon fans from the time Lamar Jackson got out of the draft, let's get him. Everybody was like, yo, man, you crazy. You on crack. We don't need Lamar. And now what? Rumors are circulating what Lamar Jackson is. Yo, Clarence, yeah, you're right, man. We do need Lamar. Nah, don't give me my credit now. I'm just saying. So whether a quarterback come out or not come out and say he feel like he deserves this much more than Watson or the similar, I'm not mad at Lamar for that. I'm not mad at Mahomes, Barrows, and Allen for not doing that. I'm not going to call it no distraction. Some of you probably would is out there hating on Lamar. Oh, man, it's a distraction to the team. Oh, he doesn't deserve that. Are you kidding me? MVP? I mean, what is the Ravens without Lamar Jackson? Let's be real. What is the Ravens without Lamar Jackson? I'm just saying. So that's not going to, oh, he doesn't deserve it. Okay? So, yeah, I just think if the Browns and Watson didn't went through with this deal, okay, if they didn't went through with this deal, I just wonder where would the league stand at today? Where would the league stand at today? How would general managers feel? How would team presidents feel? How would coaches feel about going into their next, discussions with their best players or players that's up on a contract? How would they feel coming into the meeting? I'm pretty sure it'd be a little different. Things would be different. But, man, when that Deshaun Watson 5 years, $230 million contract is on that player's mind, on that GM mind, that team president, team owner mind, you just hoping that both sides can agree. Okay. And right now, that's not the case with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So I just want to, bring that to your attention and just talk to you about that. Like, damn, it's just crazy, man. That contract started a lot of stir outside of the Browns office, outside of Deshaun Watson. Everybody's looking at that like, because some players may not say it. Some fans may not say it. Some general managers, some team presidents, some owners may not say it, but I'm going to say it. Some feel like, man, he don't deserve that money. Man, Deshaun Watson don't deserve that money. What did he do? I'm telling you, some people thinking that in the league. They ain't going to say it. It's all about respect. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to say it. General managers ain't going to say it. Owners, presidents, coaches ain't going to say it. But I'm sure they sitting back behind closed doors like, man, he don't deserve that. He just been in all this trouble. Fans think the same thing, too. Been in all this trouble. Ain't played in a year or two. And he got this much money? Huh? What about my quarterback? All they had to do was veto it. That's it. Had the Browns and Deshaun switch it up. And who cares if it goes to court? Oh, it may go to court. Oh, well. Go to court. Deshaun, I'm just saying, Deshaun and the Browns may have to just go to court with the NFL. Who knows? But David Stern did it. And I kind of mad for that, man, because I think Chris Paul would have been a champion right now. Lakers, Kobe, Chris Paul, purple and gold. Oh, yeah. They would have had at least one championship. At least one. Okay? All right, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. You know the routine. Twitter @_Clarence Jones. Instagram, okay, _Clarence Jones. Website, cjsportsmedia.com. YouTube channel, Clarence Jones Sports Media. Happy Friday to you again. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. And we'll talk again next week, Friday. God bless. Be safe. Peace.